What's up, everybody, and welcome back for another episode of Everybody's Talking About It. This is season 4, episode 5. We are getting into what does loyalty mean to you. That's good. Oh, that's good. So we're gonna talk about it. Give it up for Charlie. Charlie is here. Back for season 4. Back again. My baby! Hi, baby! And Ree is here. Rihanna is here. Ain't she beautiful?
I miss you, Rihanna.
Thank you.
We all miss you.
I love you all.
Give it up for my cousin. Kalia is here.
Hi, everybody.
Eve is in the back. Dylan's Pitbull in the skirt. Say no. Give it up for Rye, who is here. It is hot as shit in here. Watch me work. And that's it. But we're going to talk about it. So we're going to talk about loyalty. Basically what it means to us as individuals, what it means to us within our friendships, our relationships, what it means within our families. Are we even loyal to some coworkers? Like if a coworker gonna be late and they call you and be like, I'm gonna be a little late, can you? Like, are we that loyal?
I had some of
Coworkers.
So we're gonna get into some loyalty. You know, so let's talk about it. Anybody with the opening thoughts? Bree, let's hear from you.
Speaking of jobs, because you brought up coworkers, but just in the sense of like when a job doesn't serve you, because I'm actually going through that right now. So I'm like so loyal to my clients. I want to see them succeed. I want to make sure that the program is running the way it is. But I can't do it. I feel myself getting ready to like and I don't want to.
So she ain't loyal to her job now. She like,
but it's like I've been there longer than I need to be because I'm trying to be empathetic. You know, I'm trying to make sure that, you know, they're really doing what they need to do and be on the straight and narrow. But I had this conversation with a couple people and they were just like, you know, you can't pour from an empty cup. If it's stressing you that bad, then sometimes you have to make the decision that's best for yourself. Not, you know, be loyal to a fault. And that's something that I struggle with sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't want to get crow's feet and lines from stressing.
I literally had to just start, and this was hard for me, the word no. I've just learned that because on jobs, or even the things that we sow our time into, like we volunteer for, or our friends or our close friends who have these endeavors that they want to pursue and that they expect you know, I go through that so much in my life. Like my calendar is full of me sowing my time into people that I love and want to see succeed. And I had learned I can't. No, it's not gonna work.
I never thought I'd see today that me and Ronnie are actually similar with something.
Wow.
Because
Look at that growth.
I am also a person that I am very involved in the people that I love's lives, and like they value my opinion, they value my presence. I'm gonna be with it, but I can't with you.
Okay, no, it's the confidence for me.
Thank you. You know, no, it's just I know I play a big role in a lot of people in my life. A lot of people in my lives. There we go. I had to get it together. But then sometimes it's even like I have to also take accountability. Like I have to take into perspective who these people are. Like granted, they are my friend. They are not even who they are to me, but who they are themselves. Like prime example, I'm so honored to be here on this platform and just seeing how Maurice pours into this program, the level of planning. Every time he calls me, I'm gonna show up. You want to know why? Because I know he's doing what he needs to do to help himself. And I know if it's ever time that I can't make it, Maurice isn't going to hold it against me like, well, Dad, I thought we was cool. I thought you was loyal to me. Or if I was on somebody else's show, I thought you was loyal to me. Why would you go on somebody else's show? And I think that's getting back to what we're talking about. That's where loyalty gets a little fishy for me because I'm not giving out blind loyalty. If you're right, you're right. If you're wrong, you're wrong. If you one of my homies, if you somebody I don't even talk to like that, but I see you dedicated to your craft, I'm gonna help you if you want me to help you. But you could be my right hand man, like we rub elbows every day. But if I know you bullshit best friend that I rub elbow with every day, I'm not involving myself in that. You gotta do that on your own. So I think with me, loyalty is I'm here for you, but I'm gonna let you know if shit ain't shaking right.
And I was just about to say, I agree with you in that respect. But when it comes down to my loyalty, I always say that it kind of, my standpoint is, are you loyal to me when it's not beneficial for you? Like when I always say you have to start like looking at it in that way. I've experienced a lot of different things in my life that didn't require you know, like it to be like just a turn up or just an experience. Like literally, you go through a lot of different things. I remember I had a house fire before, and it happened in the middle of the night. And to see the people that came out, these two were there. You know, a lot of people didn't know, but you know, those were two people that came out. And I was just like, wow, that's just it takes a different level of loyalty for people to like really just say, look, I know that, you know, it's late, it might be 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, but my friend literally just went through a fire. Like, and I'm not saying that they had to, but it was just the thought and all of that. And then when it is time to say, oh, it's a birthday party and it's free food, it's free liquor, they'll be there for that too. So you start looking that you have those kind of things where you say, you're loyal to me when I'm up, you're loyal to me when I'm down, you're loyal to me when things are in between. It's never been just a one-sided thing. So that's how I try to reciprocate my loyalty to people as well.
Yes.
Like if I notice that if you're only around me because it benefits you, then that's a different situation. Then I reevaluate that friendship altogether or that relationship altogether. But if you're in my life when it doesn't even, I don't require anything from you, but just a hello or a text or something,
your presence.
then that's what it is. And some people don't even realize that all it takes is, just like you said, is your presence. You don't even realize sometimes what your presence do. Charlie, you have a presence like that that's pretty infectious to people, where it's kind of like, Dad, Charlie here, like, you know that it's love. Like, it's all because he always comes with a different energy. Everybody kind of at this table does, and I don't want to single anybody out, but I was just saying, in particular, you are one of those people that come in and it's always this love that just comes from you. How do you, now that I said that, how do you do that? How do you pick and choose of where that, how you
with my loyalty, there are some people that I know, like for you, I know if I say I need this, I know you're going to be there. So when you ask me, I'm going to be there. I'm going to make it work. If I got to call, get somebody to work for me, I got this, that, and third. I'm going to do it. But I also, loyalty to me is I have moments, some really dark, crazy, I will talk. If I'm like, there has been instances when someone has pissed me all the way off, and I've vented to my friends and said some real crazy things about the person who pissed me off. And they let me say what I said, and it was crazy. And only people who know I said it is the people I had those conversations with.
Absolutely.
It has not gotten back to me. Nobody, the person who I was talking about, that I'm still cool with and I love, but at that time they pissed me off, and I went.
And you said what you said.
I said some things that I went in that I shouldn't have said, but it was just like I was that angry. But because they love me and they're loyal to me, that they let me have that moment. And we laugh about it, but that person doesn't know that I said that thing.
And that's because don't love that
and I don't
person.
understand. I was just
You had to
angry.
say
So
what you had to say.
I value those type of relationships that I'm like, I can be the loving Charlie and I can be the dark, crazy Charlie.
I'm
and
so glad you
wanna
said that.
love me and be loyal to me. So then that makes me be loyal. So anytime you need me for something, or you need me to listen to you, vent or whatever, I'm gonna be here and I'm just gonna be like,
But let me stir the pot a little bit. Has anybody ever been loyal to somebody that they know that wasn't loyal to them, and you remained loyal to this person even knowing that they wasn't loyal to you?
Shabba.
I had, but I had to learn from it though, like, cause I mean, it's kind of like, you know, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, fool me. Like, it was just like I had to eventually like learn to love myself first. I know it's like kind of cliche, but it's like people only do what you allow them to do. So if I'm continuously being loyal to somebody that's like disrespecting me or not reciprocating that same like consideration or empathy and kindness, it's kind of like it's no longer their fault, it's my fault.
Yeah.
And I had to, you know, I had to like eat it, take that L, and you know, grow as a woman. This was, I'm gonna say, maybe like in my 20s, maybe early 30s.
Because the girl looked good. We're gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, I had a friend that was I was loyal to him, but he was toxic, and I kept going back, and it'd be like, and I found myself feeling the same way again, and it was just like, but the last time there we had this situation, it was just like, all right, everybody around him that I knew started coming back around, so I said, okay, let me be Bitsy Bopsy Charlie, everybody giving him a chance, and slowly but surely, everyone fell off, including me, because I'm like, he's still that same person. And sometimes being loyal because you knew somebody I knew this person since I was in 12th grade. We're 33, and you're still doing the same thing that we was in our 20s doing. It's like, I can't be loyal to that anymore because this is like, it stresses me out. And then I'm like, why you gotta act like that towards me? Why we gotta do this? And it's just like,
that even goes down, let me tell you this, that even goes down to family. Because I'm going to tell you this, let me tell you this.
No.
Me and my cousin, we were literally in the middle of planning something for our family. But then we weren't getting any type of, I guess, enthusiasm or, any type of momentum from the other family members to go ahead and get that done. And you start realizing it, you go, oh, y'all motherfuckers just don't want to do this. Like, it has nothing to do with, oh, it's time, it's money, it's that. It's no gumption, it's no excitement, it's no nothing in it. So there's no reason why I got to keep trying to use my energy to be loyal to some family members that just don't want it. Because we have a life to live out here. And life is, really, really fucking short. And people do not realize it until it happens to you and it lands in your back step and you don't get a chance to say what you need to say to a person, or you don't get to do the things that you need to do with a particular person because you wasted that time being loyal to people that didn't be loyal to you. So now you have those little issues, those little things, and then that's where hostility and resentment and all that kind of stuff comes in at, and depression. A lot of people that can cause depression, all of that kind of stuff. Because it happens recurrently, and people accept it in their lives because they don't know anything differently. And they're not doing anything differently. You just keep doing it because you're used to it.
Yeah.
You got to cut that shit off at the knee. I don't know where it starts, but y'all got to cut that shit.
The thing with family, so I recently had cousins that got married, and at first I was about to break my neck to try to go. They had a destination wedding, and I was trying to break my neck, and they say I want you at the wedding. I kept saying, well, send me the information. They didn't send me the information. And after a while, I'm like, I've done this, that, and the third, and you have not paid $25 for this show. $30 for this show. But you want me to spend $2,000.
And then, not only that, Charlie, buy him a gift.
Buy you a gift to come see you get married. But you can't even
buy the clothes.
I'm not buying no gift.
You gotta buy
Me being there is the gift.
It's the gift.
But you want me to do all these things to come see you get married, but you can't even pay $25 to come sit in the theater.
And the resort ain't even all that good. You ain't even pick a good one. So at the end of the day, now I gotta sit here and suffer through.
Bitch. Oh! Anyway, but
right, so let me tell you this. Me and because y'all know this, I'm transparent sometimes to a fault. Me and Rodney, actually, we just had a conversation about something during my mom's birthday party time, where we were both, experiencing different things that was happening at the same time. And we had a good conversation after it. That's why, we bring it up. Like I always say, if you gotta have conversation. Conversation is so important within friendships because things get misconstrued. People, is misunderstandings happening. So during that time, we were both just busy. I'm, swamped with my mom's birthday plans. I was, depressed because me and my siblings are not communing together as one right now. So that was all on my plate. And I just wanted support, you know what I mean? I didn't have any support, and I'm also not the person that would be like, I need support, or I need some help, or I need that. I just want somebody to talk to. But Rodney was going through, some things with his own life, personally, he has a daughter and things like that. A lot of things was going on. So at the time, I felt like, oh no, like, I'm done. Like, I'm done with this. I'm good. I was like about to take the immature route. I had a text message already ready, like,
in your
bro.
note time. You typing up in your note time.
No, it was in the draft, like in the text message window. So, much like I do in life, I pray first. So what I did was I said, God, I'm about to make a really big decision on a friendship that has lasted 17 years. Over, this one instance where my friend did not show up for me, and when I needed him. And I'm about to make a big decision. I haven't heard from the text message calls or nothing. I'm about to make a big decision. God, God need to make the right, decision. Literally. It said, Marjay, Maestro Walker has tagged you in a post. And it literally was a picture of my mom at the party, just him wishing my mom, a happy birthday and saying he was proud of me for the things that I did for our party. Aww. And that happened just at that moment, right after the prayer came up. Wow. And I said that works out in that way to where I then called him and said, listen, I got to get this off my chest of how I felt at that time. And we talked about a good hour about it. And that's what loyalty is. And that's what it looks like. You don't have to sit here and be there for everybody, but every time that they need you, but a conversation is always good and important to have. Right. Ryan, you want to talk to your end of it?
He was being petty.
It sounds that way.
Absolutely petty. No, but I get it.
I get it. Because if the both of you were having, your own issues, it's
Yeah.
like you gotta understand where each other is coming from.
Right.
At the same
So
time.
I get where he was coming from. Like, when you going through stuff in life, right? It's just, not that y'all not going, but if you and Charlie say, Rodney, I get it, that's cool. I appreciate that, but I'm looking for my friend.
Right.
And so I understand where he was coming from. When I said he was petty, it's just because I felt like you really about to go off the deep end. Or especially because you know how they say, like, just be kind to people because you never know what they're going through.
Yes.
And so when you were going through your trials, so was I. You know what I mean?
That's why I prayed.
That's why I'm glad
he
he prayed about it, because I was also going through. Okay, I just got a brand new job, and I felt like I bit off. I got hired for a job that I knew nothing about, but I knew I wanted the money. So I was like, I have to.
You lied on your
oh my God, I did too. You don't lie though. No, you don't lie. You don't know it a little bit. You don't know.
I told them I had experience in doing brain surgery, and now I need to do a brain surgery. So I have, the last 2 months, I was sitting in training looking like this is grief. So I'm stressed, and then I also had to throw a birthday party on my own, use my own money and stuff like that. It was just a lot going on. So my whole thing was, okay, I'm going to continue to be loyal to my friend. I thought I was, like, me and him don't talk every day.
Despite what y'all think, we don't even talk every week.
We don't talk every week. But the loyalty doesn't change.
Right.
Time and distance don't change loyalty. So when I say I felt like he was being petty, I'm just like, okay, so I wasn't there. One thing I did not like when he was talking to me about it, he was like, yeah, because such and such showed up and we ain't seen them in 10 years. What do them showing up and me not showing up have to do anything with my loyalty? Right. So I just was like, yeah, I really don't care who showed up. Okay, they showed up and then they're not going to show up again for another 20 years. So do not throw that in my face.
That's true.
Because my loyalty does not change. I had a moment where I was just as busy as you. But I understood what he was saying. Like, you know what? We should have both, took 2 seconds out of our schedules to say, I'm tired.
And hold on. And that can be petty. And this is
Especially
not a petty reason. This is not a petty reason because let me go you a little bit better though. Rihanna did my mom's hair and makeup the day of, and she was sick as shit. Mm-hmm. Like, she couldn't even come because she had surgery and she couldn't even stand up. Like, to the point where she had to do my mom's hair and makeup standing up because sitting down. But you get what I'm saying. But I get where you're coming from.
Should he tell me?
No.
Should he come to me and tell me, well, Rihanna was sick and had surgery, and she still
that
has nothing to do
I wouldn't
with our 16
That's why
years
I didn't.
and what I was going through.
Right, but what I'm
also
telling
told
you
me
is,
that our drunk friend, who's never so many times we saw each other, showed up and came out of nowhere.
Right.
Why?
But hold on,
care?
Here's how to bust the bubble though. What I said was the lack of communication. And you would have said, like Rihanna called me that morning and said, hey, I'm not feeling too well. If you don't have anybody else, I will do it. I said, we really don't, Ree. My mom needs her hair and her makeup done for tonight. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. I'm already at my wit's end. So I called her. But here's the thing. There was never no, hey, Mar, I can't make it tonight. Tell Mom I hope she have a good night and I know she gonna look beautiful. That's all it really could took. That did not happen. And I didn't hear from you for 3 days after the event. That's where the issue came in.
Understood. So, but then you still took it to like this.
Fuck yeah! Because
I wasn't at home. I wasn't at home sitting and just doing nothing.
Right.
I also had been just as stressed, like I said, and I had thrown a party the same way he was throwing a party. And did I get a phone call that says, you know what?
Yeah, because when we had the conversation,
Let me sit
in the middle
when we had
and sit on the
this is
end.
This is good. I just felt like you went 10.
A little bit excessive.
I did, and we did talk about it, and we talked about that. We talked about
over the fact of, okay, I apologize. You know what? I should have took 2 seconds out of my day to say, I hope y'all have a good time. But what did I do? I had already said to myself, I'm not going to be able to make it to the party. I've got too much going on. But what did I do? I got off my butt. I went to the store. I got her a gift, and I delivered it on the day that I didn't even need to be in this city. Because I don't live in Philadelphia. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, I feel like before you start questioning somebody's loyalty, take a step back and try to think about, okay, out of all the years or however long I've known you, okay, something could be going on.
And I did, and we did. That's what.
Because if I would leave work and come to your aid when you had a house fire, don't ever question my loyalty because you threw a party and I could not make it.
No, and it wasn't about the party. You could not make it. We already established
I
that.
just felt like
the
it was
problem
very
was
excessive.
we had a conversation. No, excessive is. I did admit to that being excessive, but the issue is that when I can see if we never had a conversation, you and I had a conversation previously when we called, and I said to you, Rodney, I'm stressed out. This party is really wearing me under financially. This party is wearing me under emotionally. This party is wearing me under just in total because of my family situation. And you understood. And we talked about that. We had a whole thing. And just like it was reciprocated in your circumstance, when the issue, not even just from this year, but from last year's instance, when everything went down. I was there. And I'm not comparing apples to oranges or anything like that. I'm just saying a text message, which is literally a minute, would have sufficed. That's all I was mad about. It had nothing to do with.
But for it to break you that much, it just made me feel like.
Because that says how somebody looks at your friendship. Because if you go after somebody and somebody says, "Oh, it's important enough for that person,"
I'm not gonna be
I didn't say that I was broken. Maybe I had a moment, but I wouldn't say I was
didn't hear
broken.
from you that day, but
You're
I
right.
wasn't broken.
Because it wasn't.
I would say, just in
We
life.
both did the same exact thing. So I said to myself, Rihanna, I said, you know what? We both did the same. I didn't hear from him either. I'm not being petty.
That's why the conversation.
But I said when the dust settles, because first of all, it wasn't about him. I'll be honest. It wasn't about him. It was about his mom. That's my mom too. So I just was like, okay, when the dust settles, we both busy. I'm gonna show up for my mom. And that's what I did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when I dropped, I don't even think she was here. Maybe she wasn't. But that's what I decided to do as an adult. So Maurice wanted attention for himself. But it was about his mom's party, and I showed up for her. The way that I told myself that I was going to show up for her. She still had a good time, and I stood up for her afterwards.
Right.
He wanted attention for himself, which is
a lie. Which is a lie.
Which is okay,
Which is
because
a lie.
no, we're friends.
Which is a
You
lie.
know how you do
That is a lie.
things. You know how you
That's a
are.
lie.
Because I feel like both of y'all had the same exact situation. So I mean, if you can't fault him for doing the same thing that you did.
That's what I said,
Like
but I did. Y'all
missing.
missing the point. I said I took the step back. That's why
Right.
I was the
You
one
know,
to reach
so
you
out.
prayed
I
and
did,
yeah.
and I took the step back because I did. Because like you said, it wasn't that I was broke. It was that I had a moment. And what it was is when you have friendships, you are entitled to those moments because that's just what friendships
Which
are.
is why we're still
Like me and
friends.
Rihanna, like we already said, me and Rihanna had that same situation that went down where it wasn't so we never even argued. She just didn't pick up the phone. I didn't pick up the phone.
Yeah, but
we just
Maurice,
didn't.
you drew because you did run down a list about all the people who showed up, and I'm just like, I don't care that he showed up. He's not going to show up for you ever again after
But
that.
didn't we talk about
He
that? That's the
showed
point
up
that
for
I
a
just made.
turn-up.
And that's the point
So
that we
guess
made.
what?
We
Count
already
on the friend who won't
But we
show up
already made
to
that
turn
point,
up.
though. We made that point, but we're talking about this point now. We made that point. This point was we had the same situation. We literally did not call each other, and it just was us being petty. Now, unfortunately, I did go. That was something that made a deep end too that I had to apologize for. Because during that time we wasn't talking, I turned 30, and I didn't send her an invitation for my 30th birthday party.
Rihanna?
Yeah. So she got.
Why?
It was petty.
Why?
Because we wasn't speaking at
So
the
what's the
time.
common denominator at this? We're all friends with a petty guy at this table.
Why?
And it's okay. We're still friends with you.
Because y'all loyal. Here we go.
But so am I. But so am I. But so am I.
How loyal.
Maurice is petty.
Rodney,
Very,
Rodney,
very petty.
Rodney,
Do you hear what I'm
but
telling you?
Rodney, don't you sit at that fucking end of that table though, because you ain't never came to visit me at Cheney. I put my black ass up there. You ain't never did that.
Thank you,
Next week, we will see y'all on the mid-season. Right, we will see y'all on the mid-season finale of Everybody's Talking About It. We're going to play a game. Never have I ever. Rodney, we are
Let's talk about it. We came to Penn State to have sex with somebody that was already up in my